Bronze versus Diamond. Here we go. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Belcher Vestige, we have Valiant, our red Terran player. He says, I really dislike that feature. But we will never know.
Must have been a continuation of a game or a chat in the pre-game lobby.
Yeah, definitely.
Now spawning in the lower right-hand corner, deciding to go pink this game. Probably thinking that'd be a more interesting way to try and win, make the opponent lose to a pink Terran. We have ZombieGrub.
He just wanted some of that pink power, you know? All day. Well, I don't know. That play was just... I mean, that push was just too devastating.
It was. I mean, Valiant's drop was able to do some damage, but it wasn't critical damage. It wasn't the type of damage that would have that army turning around and coming back home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Definitely.
And honestly, on a map like Star Station anyway, if aggression like that is happening when you're already near the opponent's race, it's a base race.
Yeah, true. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense for ZombieGrub to turn around, to be honest.
Yeah. So... and honestly, it seemed like I was watching ZombieGrub build several missile turrets while Valiant built several turrets while ZombieGrub did not. So it seemed like Valiant was a lot more concerned about drops but it just didn't work in his favor that game. All those minerals could have gone towards Marines ultimately.
Definitely, definitely. I feel like he did have a bit too much static defense, and it looks like both players are... Ooh, Valiant was actually scouting for a proxy right there. He was like, I don't know about this. He was like,
Yeah.
he might try to go for like just to tie up the series, you know, go for something a bit cheesy. SCV just chilling, contemplating life. Trying to hide with the other SCVs, but on pink.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh,
Oh.
You could say he was making a valiant effort. I don't know. I mean, but the reactor okay. Reactor going down. I make myself laugh. Reactor going down for Valiant. And a factory. ZombieGrub is deciding to get a factory instead.
That was actually a really good pun.
Thank you. I'm trying to hold them in because the last time I made a pun in this tournament, the chat was a little disappointed. And terrifying is my favorite pun, StarCraft related. So, I don't know. I'm glad that one went over well. I'm glad you laughed. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Well, looks like these two Marines are going to catch this little SCV. This curious little SCV. If he decides to go over there. I don't know. I mean, the production tab, once again, is looking pretty similar, despite the big difference here. Valiant's electing to get a natural expansion. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Definitely. It's there are all of these puns in the chat right now, and it's making me so happy.
Really?
Yeah. Tearing up my heart, said Zeraxis. Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, it's looking like ZombieGrub is actually going to go for some sort of timing. He has a medevac. He has a ton of Hellions happening. And, I mean, it's like, but it's not looking so good for Valiant because he hasn't been able to scout it quite yet. I don't know if he has even burned a scan to try to scout. No, he has no idea that all of these tech structures are here. And he also has no idea that ZombieGrub has no natural.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's making some defensive units, but he just really wants to get that expo up, which could actually work against him, as 4 Hellions are being loaded up into a medevac.
Oh, this is gonna be sick.
It is gonna be sick. I mean, +1 weapons as well as stim pack are on the way for Valiant, but I mean, he just has, you know, he's trying to get his econ up. He's not really thinking that 4 Hellions are gonna come over in a medevac.
I mean, he does have 2 Hellions going out mostly as a scout, I feel like, but oh,
Wants to
man.
burn through these Marines and just check if there's an expansion. Because that's what's really going to tell him. But by the time he scouts it, I mean, he's scouting it right now, but the medevac is almost there.
Yeah.
And this wall off, the siege tank is there. I mean, he can't get in. He's going to have to turn right around and boom,
And
in
here
his
comes
base.
the medevac. The Hellions being unloaded.
Oh,
They're moving
no.
in. They're going right for the supply line.
Oh.
SCVs dropping left and right. Trying
Oh,
to pull them back,
lining
trying to
up.
make something happen, but oh, so many SCVs dying.
Oh my gosh, I feel like, I mean,
Oh,
wow.
man. That was a sick drop.
I was thinking he's going right over to the natural. He knows his
Oh
army's
my
up there,
God,
and
he's
more
good.
SCVs are going to fall. Let's see if they line up. Nice SCV splitting going on, making it a little bit harder for ZombieGrub's Hellions to burn them. I mean, it's just, it looks like he's just going to go right back up.
He's like, you know what? No, I'm going to make sure I do as much damage as possible right now. That way you have no chance.
Well,
And meanwhile, while this drop is going on, he's actually pushing forward out of his base with another force. So this is going to be the perfect distraction to get these forces over here. Most of the Hellions die off. One is picked up. But with this force being pushed out, Marines and siege tanks...
Oh, and this SCV saw it too. He knows it's coming. He's trying to take a defensive position right up here at the front. I mean, but I don't know exactly whose army is stronger right now. Valiant does have +1.
Honestly, I don't even think it matters which army is stronger right now. He did so much critical damage to Valiant's economy that he's going to be able to macro up perfectly. This Marines moving in, the Marauders. Oh, but there's Widow Mines. He has to be careful of those.
The Hellions coming up in the worst possible position. The Marauders extending, trying to pick off the siege tank, but the Widow Mines.
Oh, the Widow Mines! Widow Mines! Oh, the Marines do fall.
Wow.
The SCV is moving in.
Trying to kill the siege
tanks.
Hero SCVs. Pick it up. Yes.
Siege tank being picked up. Nice.
Ooh, and a Raven. That's for detection. That is clever as hell. And it looks like on top of this, ZombieGrub is trying to take his expansion. But, I mean, if you look at it, in that whole extravaganza, ZombieGrub killed 18... ZombieGrub killed 18 workers. So it's like... I mean, it didn't even matter that he took this early expansion, to be honest. I mean... Yeah, it matters. He's had more mules and stuff like that, but it's just he did so much economic damage.
Yeah.
It's intense. More barracks going down for Valiant. It looks like he's going to just try to get back on his feet after his whole army almost virtually has been roasted. I mean, this is a lot of siege tanks.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just want to see ZombieGrub get some upgrades, though, because really that's the only thing that can kill him, because Valiant is just being pretty insistent on his upgrades throughout this game, even though he's only on 1 eBay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow. That was intense.
I am so glad we started this tournament.
Damn, this is intense games going on in TumblrCraft right now. Just tons of siege tanks are being made.
Yeah. And Valiant is deciding to go for another command center to try and take a third, hoping to get back on his feet in terms of economy.
Definitely. And he's a little undersaturated at its natural, but he's continuing SCV production pretty well. But it looks like ZombieGrub, I mean, he's continuing SCV production, but I think he just wants to... His army, he's really just banging out those army units. He's like, I want to apply some pressure.
Yeah. Now, for some reason, this medevac's opting to go right inside the base. Mainly as a scout, probably. It's not actually able to drop anything, so... Wait.
Hellion's going over to check if there's a third base.
I mistook Valiant's medevac for ZombieGrub's.
Well,
There's a problem with trying to cast TVT.
Oh, TVT is so confusing. And especially because it's red and pink. I'm just like, wait.
Yeah. No. He does have a small force of Marines moving out with these 3 medevacs, so...
He does. He outnumbers ZombieGrub in the medevac count, and also he is ahead in upgrades. He wants to time this attack for Stim and his +1 weapons. Actually, no, he wants to time the attack. I mean, he has 1-1, and ZombieGrub's +1 weapons is just about to finish up. Actually, his 1-1's just about to finish up. So this is going to be pretty evenly matched. It's just going to pretty much depend on micro and the units, but this siege line is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
So...
We actually have a couple of Widow Mines coming up as well to try and help out in this engagement it seems like he's planning out, so...
Definitely. I mean, in TBT, positioning is almost everything. So he just really wants to set up a good contain on ZombieGrub right now. But this medevac is going to slip through the cracks. Who knows if it'll be scouted by these medevacs that are trying to drop.
Oh my god.
And it's going the other way. Sad times. Sad times.
Like ZombieGrub's psychic or something.
Yeah, these missile turrets aren't going to let anything pass, though, but he saw it somehow. I mean, I think he saw it from the Zelnaga, possibly.
The one
oh! It was almost full. Actually, he has a Marine right here in the drop path. Wow. So smart. Such good positioning. I mean, there are a lot of Marauders here. It's a little frightening. The ZombieGrub has started as 2-2. And his combat shields. So if that all finishes... Oh, wait. Oh my god.
Oh no! Not the medevac! No!
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh
There's just so much going on right now.
They're even in supply right now, so this is gonna come down to unit control and upgrade.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Did that Widow Mine get any kills? I mean, wow, those Widow Mines just paid for themselves, I think.
Oh, definitely. Pretty
clever positioning. He knew he was going to take his third, so he was just like, alright, I'll get the units moving, because that's where you want to be positioned as a Terran, taking a third. Worker count right now, it's 51 to 57 in favor of Valiant, but, you know...
And he does have a lot of mules on his third right now while he's waiting for SCVs to finish up, so...
Definitely.
He's going to be set in terms of his economy for the time being.
Definitely. I mean, ZombieGrub's 2-2 is a little bit ahead of Valiant's, but it looks like he's going to start moving a little bit with this force, but this spread is just ridiculous by ZombieGrub. It would be cool if Valiant could catch him out of position as he tries to kind of scoot on over to his third, which he is doing right about now. Oh. I am liking this. Oh no, using the Vikings and the medevacs for sight for the siege tanks is actually really, really cool. But 2-2 and +1 vehicle weapons is actually about to finish up, and I feel like that is going to make... I mean, that's...
Oh, these siege tanks making such a difference right now.
They are. This is just a killer position for Valiant. Yeah, I mean... this other little force coming around the side, I wouldn't be surprised to see these try to come up in the natural and do some damage while ZombieGrub is focused on this contain he has in his third. Or they could be loaded up into medevacs and dropped right in the main, but the missile turrets are pretty frightening.
Yeah.
3-3 on the way for ZombieGrub.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
I think there's...
These medevacs definitely overextended.
There was just too much there.
Definitely. I feel like Valiant definitely overextended there because he lost too many medevacs for not very much.
As for this small force on the other side, it is going to get forced out by ZombieGrub.
Wow.
Forcing the lift.
ZombieGrub was like, I do not approve of you chilling over here. But it looks like he's coming right back around and going in the same place, which is actually kind of funny. I mean, these players are just both so map aware. It's like crazy.
It is.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh, this is a pretty...
I would like to see siege. Where's the siege?
There's the siege, but...
There's the siege, and it looks like this is going to be cleaned up. I mean, the Marauders are just doing a lot of damage. The siege tank gets picked off in a medevac. I feel like that was a pretty decent trade for ZombieGrub there, even though these siege tanks are out of position, and the Terran army is closing in on 3 sides to try to pick off these siege tanks. Look at all that red on the mini-map. That is...
There's another pretty big force from ZombieGrub moving out now.
But I think he's going back. I mean, with this map, you really don't want to be attacking onto a Terran player on the high ground.
No, you don't.
So I think he just wants to pull back a little bit, get out of this position, Oh, 2 siege tanks fall.
Oh my
Nice
God.
target firing there by ZombieGrub. Bringing him back to the siege line, and I mean, I really like Valiant's composition because it's very